Gravel road and shoulder maintenance, best practices and innovations. In this video, we'll explore the fundamentals of good gravel road maintenance and show how a Minnesota county transformed its gravel maintenance approach. Proper gravel road maintenance is essential for safety, cost efficiency, and extending road life. With the right techniques, we can reduce material loss and improve driving conditions. These are the elements that make up a well-designed gravel road. Surface gravel. Good surface gravel has the appropriate percentage of stone or coarse aggregate, which gives strength to support loads, particularly in wet weather conditions. It also needs an appropriate percentage of sand-sized particles, or fine aggregate, to fill the void between the stones to provide stability. The final requirement is an appropriate percentage of plastic, very fine particles to bind the material together, which allows a gravel road to form a crust and shed water. Base gravel. Good base gravel contains larger top-sized stone and a very small percentage of clay or fine material. Do you know your road's original width, slope, and gravel depth? Do you know how to select good gravel or determine how much you should use? Verifying these core elements helps determine a baseline you can use to identify when corrections are needed. Common gravel road problems include washboarding, loose gravel, erosion, and surface degradation. These issues often stem from inadequate materials or improper grading. Good gravel is well graded, with the right particle size and the right plasticity index, or PI. Plasticity refers to a gravel's ability to deform without cracking or crumbling when it's dry, and it holds its shape when wet. It's measured using the plasticity index PI, which indicates the moisture content range over which the material remains plastic or pliable. Low plasticity produces a dusty, loose surface, which contributes to unstable conditions with a PI range from 0 to 6. High plasticity produces sticky and rutted conditions, which contributes to poor conditions in wet weather with a PI range greater than 12. Moderate plasticity creates a well-bound surface that produces a stable environment with a PI range from 6 to 12. This will create the best conditions for the road. Plasticity is important in gravel road maintenance because with the right PI, the fine particles act as a binder that holds the larger gravel pieces together, forming a stable surface. Dust and erosion is also reduced because the gravel loses less material to wind and water, reducing how often new gravel must be added. And materials with proper plasticity retain the road shape longer, which cuts down on grading cycles and reduces washboarding and potholes. Now, let's look at key practices maintenance staff can use to improve gravel road maintenance. These include grading at the correct angle and speed, proper compaction, proper road crown, and planning maintenance timing with the seasons. Having a moldboard angle between 30 and 45 degrees is ideal. Steeper angles can cause material to build up or roll excessively. Shallower angles may cause the blade to slide over the surface without cutting or mixing properly. Routine blading should be done between 3 and 5 miles per hour. This slower speed allows better control of the moldboard's angle and pitch, ensuring materials can be cut, mixed, and spread properly. Higher speeds tend to cause washboards and reduce the reshaping effectiveness. Maintaining proper road crown is critical to ensure proper drainage. 4% is the recommended standard. A slope meter or a smart level are must-have tools for blade operators. Proper compaction is critical in gravel road maintenance. Many counties utilize roller packers which lock in the road shape, reduce washboarding and potholes, minimize gravel loss, and extend time between blading cycles. A final key technique is seasonal maintenance planning. This ensures that maintenance activities align with environmental conditions, road behavior, and resource efficiency throughout the year. Spring is the ideal time to reshape and restore the crown after the freeze-thaw cycle. Summer is when new gravel should be placed. It's also the best time for mixing any reclaimed materials. In fall, the roads are prepared for winter by smoothing and sealing the surfaces. The winter season is focused on snow removal, but planning should begin for post-freeze-thaw repairs. There are many great resources available for gravel road maintenance. Check out the links below to access these. Now let's see how a county in south central Minnesota applied these principles to save time, money, and gravel. Nicollet County maintains 86 miles of gravel roads. They also operate a shoulder reclaiming program for 220 miles of paved roads. Using techniques discussed in this video, they have transformed their gravel road maintenance program and shoulder reclaiming program into an extremely efficient operation, cutting gravel use and operating hours in half. The savings between the two programs are over $235,000 each year.
We have 3 graders, Each grader has a mounted reclaimer and a walk and roll packer. And then on our hardtop roads, for reclaiming shoulders, we use a tractor with a mounted reclaimer, a broom, and a pull-type packer behind another tractor.
Well, we usually use a bunch of tools that seem to help us a lot with getting it broken down. Right here we got a reclaimer. That helps the first pass, and then we just recently received the tiller that really speeds up the process of breaking it down so we can lay it back out without having much of a windrow.
Once we reclaim and have all that loose material, we bring that to the center of the road, use that as our crown.
Nicollet County's rule of threes. The first one is 3/10 of rain. That's the perfect amount of moisture for blading. The second one is 3 blade cycles. It takes 3 blade cycles to completely level the new gravel and the rejuvenated gravel. And then 3 dry days. Watch the weather. Make sure that you have 3 dry days after you add new gravel or reclaim material to the road. Those 3 days give you the time it takes to bake the material to create a long-lasting hard pan.
Wet blading is when we get that 3/10 or more rain, when it works for us to go out. The material on the road itself is easier to work with, easier to cut, bringing it back onto the road. Our mixing process is much easier with a wetter material, and once we lay that material back out and run across it with our walk and roll rollers, it binds better and gives a little bit smoother surface. You're easier to work with your slope as well. So our dry blading methods is when we experience 3 to 4 or more weeks of weather with no rain. The roads have kind of brought the pebbles to the top, which also then form washboards, which are small rumbles through the road that you feel through your vehicles. What we do is we go out and we scrape the top of those washboards off, kind of cutting them, filling in small potholes, and then hoping for the rain to come within the next few weeks so that we can get out and do our wet blade methods.
The keys to our Nicollet County gravel road program is 1, we follow the federal highway gravel manual. It's very important. Number 2 is we do gravel road inspections. We take notes of those gravel roads. Number 3, use the best gravel you can find. Number 4, good communication skills with your team. Talk to your team so everyone knows what the plan is. I can't express how important it is to research, to be patient with your team, and also communicate with everybody. Communicate with the engineer, to your operators, everyone involved.
We hope this video provides helpful information and a more complete understanding to assist you with gravel road maintenance techniques. For more information and resources, check out the links and resources included.